Hello, welcome back to Rustaholic. I'm Patrick, and we are still working on my 1963 Corvair. And I got parts. I got this here oil slinger, got some kind of notched washer, and I got all the gaskets. So I think we have everything to actually get this engine put back together. Probably not going to accomplish that in this video, but we're going to give it a shot. I'm going to start with the rear housing, which was the first thing I attempted to do, and then found that I had a real loose clackety-clack eccentric in there because it's missing this washer. So hopefully with the washer and the oil slinger, we'll get everything tightened up and be able to seal it. Also going to replace this seal here, and of course the gaskets in between, and that should be it. Once that's in, we should start to be able to put this thing back together to some degree. So let's get started. This has already been out once, so we should be able to just whiz all these things out real quick. Let's see what we're working with. All right, so this is what we're looking at, and this is really loose. So let's take our washer. So that's interesting. It doesn't fit in there perfectly. It actually sticks out about 1/8 in. So, and also the keyway's on this side, but I can barely see that there's a little notch in the keyway the other way also. And it's my understanding that this goes in like this. So, yep, that's the goal. So first thing, I could get this drive gear out. So I'm gonna pull this drive gear, get that washer put on, and then see if we can't push that drive gear back on. All right, this is the contraption I'm working with. I didn't like, because of the space here, I couldn't get the puller in between this drive gear and the eccentric without it actually being on these grooves themselves. I didn't like that, so I'm gonna try to pull from the eccentric out since it's loose anyway, and just see if I can get this to come out this way. Let's see. Oh, there it goes. Oh, seems fairly loose. Oh yeah. All right, it's free. So I'm just gonna take this. What the heck? There was one back there. Get out of town, look at this. So there was an eccentric, a spacer, then why was it loose? Oh my. Why was that so loose? I don't know. But apparently I already have a spacer. So if you need one, just holler at me, I'll send it to you. And the eccentric itself. And I thought at one point that I had bent this in some way. But now that I'm looking at it, I can tell that that would be very, very difficult to do. All right, I figured it out. When I first replaced the fuel pump a long time ago, I really torqued the crap out of the rod that comes down unknowingly. I torqued it so that thing wasn't gonna move. When I started the engine, I heard a god-awful sound. And now I think I know what happened was this eccentric was in the right place. It had a washer, and when it came around to the tall side, instead of this being bent because it's huge, it just pushed the harmonic balancer. It pushed everything out. The spacer, it put like an eighth of space in between there. And when it did that, this thing started rattling like crazy against that rod. And that was the horrible noise I heard. So when I stopped using it, the noise stopped. That's what I'm going with anyway. So that's interesting. This whole time, I've just had the little bit too much space in there to begin with. Huh. All right, note to self, go ahead and take the stuff apart and see if you've got washers in there or not. I don't know. Just something to think about, but. All right, it's off. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit and then we'll start putting everything back together. All right, I think it's clean enough. So this guy's gonna go all the way on. It's interesting that it still moves. Then this guy is gonna go all the way on. And then we're gonna put the drive gear, but I think I'm gonna do just a little bit of anti-seize, not a lot. Whoa, that's already, what's going on? Just a dab, just a dab, not even that much. Just in case I gotta come back in here a little bit. Then we're going drive gear. And this should all right, that is on. Now this is supposed to go right here, which is weird because it's super loose. I mean, obviously the balancer is going to pinch it, but still seems a little bit strange. But that's how we're going to go. We're just going to put it on like that and move forward. Next up, I do see I'm gonna spend a little bit more time cleaning this up, and then when we're ready to put the gasket back on, I'll bring you back. Okay, I've got both sides cleaned up now, and I realized that I do have one gasket here on this guy that I am going to replace, and it's this thing. And this actually, I think, was not leaking, but since I have a new one, I'm just going to clean this up a little bit and replace it. And then finally we can put this whole housing and everything back together. And we'll have accomplished something. Ooh, I got a little nick right there. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know what that's from. It's not really calling for anything except push this back in. but I might just add a little bit of black. Just because of that nick. Let's do that. Just a little, not too much. Again, I don't want much, I just want a skosh. Maybe. All right, that's in. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of grease around this seal, and then I think we should be good. Don't know if it needs it or not, but not gonna hurt it, that's for sure. All right, let's install this thing. Well, not gonna get the rear housing on tonight. Unfortunately, I don't have the balancer ready to go. It's been prepped, but somebody forgot to paint it. Same with this mount engine doodad. So it's not gonna happen tonight, so I guess I'll do it. Since I didn't do it previously. I'll paint it tomorrow, and then we'll install it tomorrow, or the day after, or sometime in the future. You get the point. We're gonna do this next time, so for you it'll be like 5 seconds, but we'll be right back. See, we're back already. Fresh from the paint shop, all ready to go. Got a couple good parts. Nope, okay, not really. I just spray painted them over there, but still, they're just about ready. And yes, I taped the inside of the pulleys. It's probably overkill, but every time I paint the inside of a pulley, I get that god-awful squeal noise. And it never goes away no matter how much conditioner you put on it, how much you tighten it. So I just don't paint pulleys anymore, at least not the grooves. I just don't do it. If you guys have a way of painting them without getting that horrible squeal, please let me know, because it just hasn't worked for me. So now I gotta fight this tape. But anyway, I'm gonna get this off, and then we can finally install some stuff. So let me get that done and we'll do that. Okay, slight detour. Before we install the rear housing, which I do want to do, but I want to do it with the engine flipped over. But before I flip the engine over, really the only thing I have to deal with is underneath this manifold here on this side. I forget if it's the driver or passenger side, but there's a like a choke spring in here, and I don't know if you can tell, like, it's really stiff. It really doesn't even move at all. Compared to the other side, it's really bouncy, it's springy, it's got lots of action. This doesn't really do anything. So I did get a new one, so I'm gonna go ahead and replace it while I have access here. And actually, I have the new rockers as well. Got some new rockers. I did paint these up. I ended up getting a whole set. I think it was from California Corvairs for like $6. So obviously, that was a no-brainer for me. But I have 4 more. If anybody needs them, just let me know. I'll send them to you, because I won't need them. But yeah, we can lock this down, and then we can flip this over, and we can be done with this side, I think. At least until we have to do something with that. But yeah, let's do that. So I gotta take these things off, which they were just super loose anyway. And then we'll step through getting this thing out, which hopefully won't be that big of a deal. So the first step in getting this off is it actually just unscrews. So just unscrew this part. Like that. And now this part will be able to get pulled from the top. Got it. Counterclockwise. Why'd they have to make it round? And then we can pull it out. And we're gonna keep this rod. And you can see here how, I mean, it doesn't seem that bad here, but it really doesn't move at all. All right, here's the new one. I don't know if you can tell, but it's just a lot easier to move, which is a lot more like what it is on the other side. So, got that in there. Just gonna drop it down. And it came with a new pin, so I'm just gonna use it. Alright, now that's on there, and that feels like a lot better action. I'm pretty excited about that. That matches more what I have on the other side. So now I can put the manifold back on. And, nope, not that way. And because I have the new rockers, we can go ahead and torque those down. Manifolds should be torqued down, it says 22 to 27 foot-pounds. Let's go 23. Why not? Gotta start somewhere. There it is. All right, 23 foot-pounds here. Do the same thing on the other side. And then we'll finally be able to put this rear housing on. All right, I changed my mind again. I'm not flipping it. It's okay. I can make these decisions. It's my show. We're just gonna go with it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to take this off, I think, for the next steps here. And so I just didn't want to flip it over, get this all filled with oil and all of it. And it's got some guide pins. There's no reason why I can't put this on upside down, is what I'm thinking. So let's just do it that way. And I've seen everybody put this on dry. I don't know, I got feelings about that, but I'm gonna do it too. That's what they did. I'm gonna do it and just go with it. It seems to work for them. So there we go. That's how it's gonna get set up. Seems a little tight here. Just a little bit, but that's what we're gonna go with. And torque on all of these is 7 to 13 foot-pounds, which seems pretty light to me, but live by the torque, die by the torque. We're gonna stick to the recommendations. Shorties. shorty. Everything else. Where's the speed wrench when you need one? That's why I don't use this wrench as often. All right. What? Seriously, that's it? Oh my gosh, that's like, that can't be right. How can that be right? That seems like nothing. How is that holding anything? I'm going to 13. I'm maxing it out. I'm just saying. Just... it's nothing. Okay, okay. All right, I have the harmonic balancer pulley doodad. Just something to note, I am using anti-seize on the inside and engine assembly lube on the outside. I also, when I installed this this bushing in here, I did assembly lube in that as well. So note to self, 1.25" open-ended wrench for my garage sale finds. Gonna be on the lookout for that. I don't have that one yet. Should be pretty close. I think that's it. I'm gonna check it, and I maybe I'll do it again. We'll see. All right, last but not least here, the rear mounting bracket. And now it's making more sense because the torque specs on this is 40 to 50 pounds. So we'll go 45. There it is. All right. Finally starting to knock some stuff off the list. Let me take a little break for a second, figure out what's next. Okay, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this episode, actually. We made some really good progress. We finally got the rear housing on, we got the exhaust locked down for the last time, and we replaced this choke that I feel like was faulty. So yeah, a lot of good progress there. I think for the next episode, we're almost done with what we're gonna do with the engine itself. We still have one more main item to seal here, which is the front main seal behind the bell housing. So we'll have to get it off the engine stand to do that, and we'll do that in the next episode. Thank you all for watching, really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying it. Please like, comment, subscribe. It really does help out, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again.